Hurricane Beryl made landfall in the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico yesterday, moved across the peninsula, and then weakened into a tropical storm and has now re-entered the Gulf of Mexico, where it has started to re-intensify a little bit. You know, the warm Gulf water is good fuel for tropical systems, and you can see on this tropical satellite loop, you can see the storm starting to reorganize a little bit more and re-strengthen. And as it moves across the Gulf, it will continue to strengthen, perhaps back into a Category 1 hurricane. But right now, though, it is still a tropical storm with sustained winds at about 60 miles per hour. It is moving to the northwest at about 12 miles per hour, and the central pressure has continued to drop a little bit more, showing signs that it is in fact strengthening as it is moving across the warm Gulf waters. Now, as we move through the next couple of days or so, by the time we head towards early Monday morning, perhaps getting into the second half of the day on Monday, we are expecting to see this hurricane strengthen back into a Category 1, and it's also been trending a little bit more northerly or northwesterly in terms of its forecast track. So what that means is that we could be expecting to see a landfall perhaps on the Texas coast versus the Mexico-Texas border near Brownsville. That's where forecast models were originally thinking we were going to see a landfall, but now it's been trending further north, so we could be looking at a landfall as a Category 1 hurricane between Corpus Christi and Galveston, Texas. And then as it moves into the state of Texas, of course, it will start to fall apart more as it has been cut off from its fuel supply, being that warm water. And then we have to watch and see where these remnants end up as we head into the end of next week, perhaps seeing a few impacts here in the Northeast in the form of rain showers. Now, right now, there is currently a hurricane watch for most of the Texas coast, basically from Houston all the way down to Brownsville, as we are expecting to see this storm once again strengthen back into hurricane strength as a Category 1 and make landfall again somewhere between about Corpus Christi and Galveston, Texas. So this is just one futurecast model, and this kind of shows where we're going to be expecting to see the track of the central part of the storm is going to go. And we're also going to be seeing a lot of these heavy rain bands, gusty winds, storm surge across the area as we move through the Texas coast. As we move into sometime early on Monday morning is when we're expecting to see perhaps a landfall from this system. And then as it moves into the state of Texas, we're going to see it weaken a little bit more and, of course, fall apart. Now, what we need to watch is how it interacts with the cold front and the subtropical jet stream, because that is going to determine where these remnants of this system go. So this is another futurecast model, and you can see that as this remnant low of Beryl starts to move into the central portions of the country, it's going to interact a little bit more with the subtropical jet stream, and that may start to bring a lot of these remnants up to the northeast as we head towards the second half of next week. So we could be looking at rounds of heavy rain possible as we move into next week. Of course, long way out, and there's a lot of variables that we need to continue to watch as we move through the next few days. But right now, signs are showing that we could be dealing with maybe a few of these remnants as we head into the second half of next week. Right now, though, our weather today, we're starting off on the soggy side. We're dealing with periods of heavy rain and even a few embedded rumbles of thunder. A lot of the thunderstorm activity, though, passing off to our south across portions of Connecticut, pretty much right along the I-84 corridor. However, here in Western Mass, we're just dealing mainly with a good soaking. As we move through the morning and into the early afternoon, we're going to see these showers coming to an end. We'll perhaps see a few breaks of sunshine, and that will allow temperatures to pop up into the lower and middle 80s. Of course, it will remain humid. And then we're going to be watching a cold front come through later on this afternoon. And with that, we could be looking at another round perhaps of some showers and some thunderstorms. But these showers and storms are going to be a little bit more hit or miss compared to what we're dealing with this morning. So if you have outdoor plans, just maybe keep a radar handy because of these isolated showers that are going to come through. Then during the overnight hours, we do look to dry out. We'll see partly to mostly cloudy skies and some patchy fog. And of course, it will remain humid during the overnight. And Sunday is shaping up to be a much nicer day. It's going to be hot and humid, though, with highs near 90, but we should see a decent amount of sunshine. Same for your day on Monday with highs in the lower 90s. And then we're going to turn a little bit more unsettled as we head into the middle and end of next week. And of course, we do have to continue to watch what the remnants of Tropical Storm Beryl do as we move through our area into the second half of next week. That's a check of your forecast. Have a great day, everyone.